What's up, everybody? And we're live. Hope you're all in a spooky mood. Happy October 1st. I got a fun, scary story to tell you all. And this one, what makes it extra creepy is that it's based off of a true story. Anyone that knows me personally has probably heard me tell this story. This is my go-to scary story because it really gives the creeps, and it's it's surprisingly relatable because it's based off of a true story and it has to do with moving away from home. And so if any of you guys have ever experienced moving far away from home, going to college or getting a new job or anything, then I think you'll be able to relate to this a lot, and it hopefully will give you the goosebumps. It definitely freaked me out when I first heard it. But I change the characters' names all the time, so I was like, I'm going to just give the character names, name them after you guys, because I don't know the original character names. But this was, at one point, this exact story was posted in, it was on the news and everything. So there's real people that this story is associated with. So as I tell it, try to put yourself into the character's shoes. That makes it way more creepy and way more relatable. So I hope it goes well. But welcome Taylor, Irina, Melanie, Prudence, and Todd. Thanks for staying up super late with me. Amanda's live was a lot of fun and ended up going super late. And I did not win a cup. I was really sad about that. But I'm definitely going to buy one anyways. So I'll get one of them. But yeah, anyways, feel free to, if any of you guys have some good spooky stories, then share them in the comments. And I'm going to try to just find, I'm still debating on if I want them all to be based off of true stories or just any fun, creepy story to tell. We'll just kind of decide that as we go. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the Halloween season. And this is my first week of trying to dive into setting the spooky side of these lives, basically. But yeah. Okay. Anyways, so this story starts off with, we'll say Taylor. Taylor's the main character in this story, okay? Because Taylor is moving off to college. And the story starts off with her family who helped her pack up her car. And we could say if they were a good basic family, then they probably got help from their family packing up all of her stuff and getting things all ready inside of her little car. But to make it more relatable, we could say maybe she got kicked out of her house and was taken off or something, and she needed to get away from a toxic environment back at home, right? And so she packs up all of her stuff and drives off. And where she decided to go to college was actually a really small town, and she had never been there. So all of her preparation to move to this place was all done online. And so she wasn't familiar with it. And it kind of scares her because as she's driving, it's further enough away that it takes her all day. And she gets to the town really late at night, and everything's it's dark enough that it's unrecognizable. She doesn't recognize it from everything that she's seen online. So she's having the hardest time finding. Melanie says the town she lives in is super haunted. Sorry, I'm going to try not to. I'll get to the comments after the story. But so Taylor gets to this town, and it's kind of a smaller town. And it definitely has a creepy vibe to it. One of her siblings was sending her all of these articles about how many people died in that town and all the horror stories about the town. So she already was kind of on edge. But when she couldn't find her apartment, she starts freaking out a little bit, and she can't figure out where her apartment complex was at. But one thing that she does recognize is the university that she's going to be going to. And as she's driving past that university, she sees a girl on the side of the road kind of waving her down. And she doesn't really know what to do, but she wonders if maybe that's more normal in a small town like this. So she ends up stopping, and the girl is asking her for directions to the same apartment complex that she was looking for. And so she tells this girl, we're going to name this girl Irina, right? And Irina is Taylor is picking up Irina, and Taylor's like, I don't know where the apartment complex is, but I'm actually looking for the same place. So Irina hops in with Taylor, and they end up driving around the town, and Taylor had been there for just 2 days now. And so she knew the town a little bit, but it just was much harder to find things in the dark. Eventually, they finally find it, and it's so late, though. It's almost midnight. And when Taylor goes to try to meet the person at the front desk, there's nobody there. And this place, like online, it looked way better. Like she's wondering if she's even in the right place, because this place is like run down, it looks old and just super like creepy. And Irina tells Taylor that there's no way she's gonna be able to like get her keys and get her apartment this late at night. So she tells her like, hey, why don't you just come stay at my place for tonight, and then tomorrow I'll help you meet the landlord and help get everything figured out. And instantly, Taylor gets just like this creepy feeling of like, there's no way. Like she's new. She doesn't know Irina. Like everything's new, and she's just is super creeped out. And it's like everything inside of her is telling her, no, don't trust this girl. This is gonna end bad. But she's got no other choice, you guys. And she ends up going with Irina, and they go to her apartment. And one thing that Taylor notices while she's going to the apartment is that some of the other apartment complexes don't even have doorknobs on the doors. Like it's just they're like being renovated or something, or even abandoned. Most of them look very abandoned. And so as she's going up to Irina's apartment with her, she's just getting this really eerie feeling like this is a bad idea. And it doesn't get any better once she gets in the apartment, because Irina's only been there for a couple of days, so there's boxes everywhere. It's a mess. And Taylor even notices that there's like weird things too, like wrappers all over the place. Like it's a mess. And Irina lets her know that like that's a lot of the mess was there before she even moves in. She's telling her like, I really hope your place isn't as bad as mine was when I moved in. Like the previous owners did not take good care of the place. It was a mess. Things were everywhere. And so it definitely has like just this creepy feeling. And they get everything settled and get all ready for bed. And they're both kind of scared. So Taylor asks Irina if she can sleep in her bedroom with her. And she makes a little makeshift like sleeping bag bed thing right next to the bed. And they both get into bed, but Taylor knows that she's not going to be able to sleep, man. Like it's way too creepy. And she just, she knows that she's not going to be able to sleep. And so late throughout the night, she's like so scared but so tired at the same time that she's doing that weird thing where you're like kind of like drifting off to sleep, but then you wake up and then you slowly drift back to sleep and wake up. And one of the times she wakes up, she swears that she could hear somebody in the room. And as she looks around, it's too dark for her to see anything, but she starts to notice that she can like hear and almost feel like someone's breath or like breathing or something. And so she obviously just assumes that it must be Irina's. But as she rolls back and forth throughout the night, it gets later and later, and a tiny little sliver of the moonlight comes into the room at one point, and she turns and rolls onto one side. And as she's looking underneath the bed, she notices that something is there. And it like really freaks her out, and it gets her adrenaline pumping, and she rolls over the other way and waits long enough till she feels like she can actually get up and start doing something. And she slowly walks over to Irina's bed and shakes the bed. And Irina like freaks out. Irina's like, what are you doing? It's almost like 3 or 4 in the morning at this point. And Taylor can't think of anything else to say, but she's just like, I'm really hungry. Like, can we please go get some food? And Irina's just like, what the hell? It's go. You can go eat anything in the kitchen. Like, don't wake me up for this. I'm tired. And she tries to lay back down, but Taylor's like, no, Irina, like, I really want to go get some food down the street. Will you please come with me? I need you to come with me. And she's like half asleep, so she does not understand what's going on, but she can tell that there's like a weird feeling. And she looks at Taylor's face and can see just pure horror in her face. So she just gets her keys and they walk out, and Taylor's like grabbing onto Irina's arm the whole time, like she's just completely terrified. And so when they finally get down to the car, then Irina's like, okay, what's going on, Taylor? And Taylor looks at her and says, when I rolled over in the middle of the night, I swear I saw a pair of eyes staring back at me. I'm telling you, there is someone under your bed. And they both freak out and they call the police, and the police come and find out that there was actually a homeless man staying underneath the bed and hiding in the apartment. And he had been there for like weeks. And Irina, it was even there for 2 days without ever even noticing that this homeless man was hiding in the house. And they find the person, and they end up, like, he gets arrested and everything. But those two girls actually end up becoming really good friends. And that's how the story goes. But I hope it gave you guys goosebumps. It definitely creeped me out the first time I heard it. And like, this was on the news and everything. Apparently, this is, I do not want to say a common thing because that's too creepy. But this happens, you guys. So make sure you look under your beds, especially when you move to a new place, because that's creepy, man. Oh, anyways. Yeah, if any of you guys have any good horror stories of moving away, send them my way, because this is one, I've shared it so many times, because I just feel like we can all relate to going and moving to a new place, and how it just, your first night in a new place is really hard to fall asleep in it, because it's just, it's so unfamiliar, and it's just, you have this eerie feeling about it. It's creepy, but okay. Let's read some of the comments, and then I'm going to call it a night because it is late and I'm tired. Let's see. Hello. No, don't wake me up at 3 a.m. I'm scared of that time since they say it's the watching hour, LOL. Oh, tell us more about that, Irina. The watching hour. OMG, no. I know, right? Well, for one, how trusting do you gotta be to just be like, okay, yeah, you can come stay at my place? I mean, my thought is that the girl that's been staying there for 2 days was probably creeped out too. And so having another person come stay with her was maybe a little bit comforting. Maybe she kind of could sense that there was someone else in the room, like someone scary. And so she wanted this more friendly person to come stay with her or something. I can't go through this alone, Irina. Yeah, Taylor and Irina, you guys are going to become best friends now. Melanie says there's a copper mine here, and in the 1800s, when they didn't want to pay the miners, they would send them into a mine shaft, and they would blow the mine shaft up. The miners that work there now swear? Huh. That's really sad. That's creepy. Damn squatters. Oh, yeah, that's the name for it, I think. Squatters. That is haunting. I know, right? Can you imagine if I experienced this in my life? Every new place I go to, I would just assume there's a person under there or hiding somewhere. I'd have to, like, search that apartment top to bottom, like, completely before I could ever sleep comfortably in it. That would be so scary. I have a Great Dane. Things that go bump in the night, fear her. Exactly. See, that would make me want, just not even necessarily a watchdog. A watchdog would be great, but any type of dog that can actually, like, sniff him out. Because, like, how a dog would just be so much better at noticing that and being able to point it out, Oh, it's just crazy. Anyways, I did not go to any graveyards this week, and I will be going to a haunted house, though. There's a few haunted houses that I want to give a try, so I'm excited about that. And what else? Not much more. I think I'm just getting started for October, so I'll try to come up with more creepy stories. And you guys should comment, or if you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to do a poll that asks what kind of, like, scary stories you guys want, because I've been listening to a lot of them, and it's true I can relate to them more when they're realistic or based off a true story, but there are some that still give me nightmares to this day that are not true, that have, like, they're scary stories about demons and a man meeting the devil in the basement and just really creepy stuff like that. That's like, it's not true. It's all just like a scary story, but it's like a horror story, like very scary. And for some reason, those ones still get to me, even though it's like unrealistic and it's easy to be like, oh, that'll never happen. But they can still creep me out. I still get goosebumps when I hear them. So sometimes those ones can be fun to listen to as well. I remember years ago there was a case of the squatter that actually changed the utilities into her name and started to remodel the home. Whoa. The family was on vacation. Oh my gosh. Imagine coming home from vacation to that. Wow. That makes me think of on the news just a couple months ago was this house in California that some homeless person just started living there, and they were there for so long, like 7 years or something, that they were able to claim residency. And like, I don't know if they got to like just keep the house or what, but the original homeowners were not able to kick them out of the house because they had been there so long that they could count it as their residence. Like, it's weird. It's weird how common that is. Just look up Clifton, Arizona or Morenci, Arizona. It's creepy as hell here. Oh, and you live there, Melanie? That's scary. Only in Florida. Dang. Mark, my Mastiff is scared of everything, including the neighbor's cat. Oh, that's funny. You should give the West London Witch podcast a listen. She covers real life spooky stories. Okay. Dang, that'd be really cool. I think it's after 30 days at home you can claim residency. No way. Just 30 days? That seems too quick. Because, yeah, what if some rich person goes on vacation for a couple months? I'm going to just start climbing in through their window and just start staying there. Oh, that would be funny. No, that's creepy. Too many creepy things already going on out there, but dang. Awesome. Well, thanks for listening to Spooky Stories in the Dark with Eskel, you guys. I hope you liked the story. Give me more suggestions, and if you liked it, then come back next week. I think I'm going to try this whole week. I'm not going to promise anything, but I think at least for this month, each week, I'll try to add a scary story into my lives. I think it'll be fun. Sweet. Awesome. Well, I hope you all have a spooky week, and I hope to see you all next time. Have a good one. Happy Halloween, too. Bye, guys.